So hello, hopefully you can hear me. I am not using a mic today because I am home alone. Wife is not here. Merlin is somewhere. I don't know where. But I am scheduled off today from work, so I figured I would get a couple episodes in of recording, throw up on YouTube. I know I'm live on Twitch, but, just in case. So, I don't have a guide up. I'm just going to kind of go through and try to find an ending.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage. Every child knew about the sky.
Okay, so, what is going on? Like I said, I am currently off work today. I've had
As he set foot on the island,
4 vacation
Bernardo
days
couldn't help
left
feeling a bit
to
curious.
schedule, so I took
Was
off
Lapino still waiting to be rescued?
every Friday in December. So you're gonna
He was
see
probably drinking champagne with the Ravens.
possibly some new videos.
Did ravens
or,
drink champagne?
Some live notifications.
Did
or something
rabbits? Bernardo felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it.
coming?
Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Bernardo never made plans to discuss.
Can we stop? Okay, cool. So there might be new videos coming out on Fridays. I'm gonna try to do them and space them out. That way they get released on YouTube like a day or so after I actually record them. Yeah, so I was planning on starting this recording at like 8 o'clock this morning. But I have been having issues as of late. Wednesday I didn't stream. I was having some things that were coming up, and it's just I wasn't in a good mindset to record or kind of be around people.
The people who had built this castle. The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched.
I took the day
Or
off.
so
I
the
kind of
legend
just
said.
focused on just myself.
As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the Lost Gods, thousands
just
had
doing
died.
things that I would like.
But Bernardo had been through wars.
Not that I don't
The
like
only merciful war was a
streaming.
short
It's
one.
just I just needed something, alone to do pretty much. So, I had every intention of actually recording an episode or 2 last night as well, but I've had this issue going on with my foot that's just, it is like debilitating, I guess you could say. I have this going on. It's actually since Wednesday. I've had this going on, and it was actually like Wednesday night things started to not feel right. It's on the bottom of my foot, and it's my left foot, and it just does not feel great at all.
2 eyes good. 1 eye
I mean,
dead.
even right now, it's kind of a struggle to just sit here. I have tried ice, I've tried medicine, I've tried elevation, I've tried keeping it down, I've try putting pressure on it. It just, nothing seems to be working. So I went to the doctor's yesterday and I got an X-ray, thinking that there might be a fracture of some sort. And
kind of raven.
I got the X-ray results back just a few minutes ago, and everything came back fine. Like there was nothing broken. There was no like stress fracture. There was nothing. So I now have, or I'm at least trying to get an appointment with a podiatrist at some point today, but I haven't got the phone call yet, so I'm kind of waiting on that. But I tell you what, it's been a chore to like just even like I took a shower and it was
that wasn't so
hard to just get in and get out. Like I felt like an old man, like even older than I normally feel. So it's just it's been a struggle the last couple of days.
Skyripper's armature.
So it's
stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams. How is it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, I played some Hitman last night. I tried to finish
sank
it.
in before he was even out of sight.
Sorry,
of the Farfarer.
You get a lot of
feel
these.
Grown up.
In the video, I'm trying to move my foot to put pressure on it and see if it helps. It doesn't. Yeah, so I have no idea what it is. I don't remember smashing it. I don't remember, really doing anything with it. I have been working out, but I haven't been, like, high-impact, intensive training, CrossFit. You know what I mean? Like, I just lifted my arms and stuff. I haven't actually done anything like lower body. So I don't, I'm at a loss of what it could be, or what it could have been, or what caused it.
The
I just have
waterfall
no
was
idea.
Spectacular. You had to enjoy these things as they came. We pass this way but once.
So it's just, it's kind of a mystery of what's happening with it. So I'm patiently waiting a phone call. I'm hoping they can, like, get me today, because I don't know if I can last an entire week. It's kind of pain. Like, I haven't felt this long. Actually, I don't ever think I felt something. You know what I mean? Like, I've never broken a bone. I've never, I don't think I've had, like, a major
something
surgery.
Sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
It's just strange. I have no clue what's going on with my body right now, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. Some other troubling news I got yesterday while I was getting my foot looked at.
There were fewer and fewer trees.
I
There
was
were only
part
these
of,
huge crystalline growths.
you know how you go to a doctor's
I've been
office,
here before.
and it's
You
always
no longer
like,
heard
okay,
birds except for the
how tall are
feverish
you?
cawing of
What's
the
your
ravens
weight?
when they attacked.
Stick your blood
You couldn't
pressure,
smell
your
the small
temperature.
animals of the forest. The mice,
All the
rabbits.
normal stuff.
Where are they gone? He was getting hungry too. This
And
was an unhealthy place to be.
it kind of turned
Of
out
course
that
there was a puzzle. He couldn't expect the tramps in
my
the
blood
Denver to bury
pressure,
a god's eye in a leather sack
it's
where
always been
anyone
up.
could pick
I
it
mean,
up.
it's like a hereditary thing. Like, my blood pressure's always been up. You know, always like 160 over 80 or 140 over 85, something like that. You know, it's just genetics. And when I got to the doctors yesterday, sorry, when I got to the doctors yesterday, they took my blood pressure. The woman was, you know, she was nice about it. She said, "Are you feeling okay? My foot hurts. Why? Like, is there something? Am I dying? Is something telling you that I'm gonna be dead?"
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark arts, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw, he carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it. Renato had never been much of a student. At Swordfu School, he'd never read the books, just looked at the pictures. And Zenobia. But weapons he understood. His gut told him that the Skyripper would work great. He would use it to take out the Imperial outpost. And what's the worst that could happen? The thing wouldn't work, and then he'd take it to the scientists, right? Renato actually could think of a few things that were worse. But he would make sure they didn't happen this time. Right? Exactly.
So, as I was, you know, she was like, "Are you feeling okay? How, do you have a headache? Are you lightheaded?" I feel like I constantly have a headache. You know, it's like a perpetual thing. I thought everybody had them. And,
as he set out down the path, Renato wondered why the parts of the Skyripper had only surfaced now.
You know, I've always had a headache. I just, you know, again, thought it was something hereditary. And it turns out that my blood pressure was
Hey! I got this friend who's a swan.
160 over 110. If you don't know any of blood pressure ranges, that's not good at all. That's like, maybe you should go see, like, I don't know, a blood thinner person, or some, I don't know, wizard to help you out, but it's not great. It's actually pretty bad. It's stage 1 of hypertension, and being a 31-year-old man, I probably should not be in stage 1 hypertension. Mainly because I'm 30 years old, and I shouldn't be having, like, blood pressure issues and heart conditions and all this other stuff. So, it really freaked me out. I met with my wife after the appointment.
Tired of slow.
We came home together, and you know, I just thought, like, I'm freaked out. I don't know what to do. Like, you know, my mom just passed away in April to
he thought.
Basically liver failure, but she had a bunch of other stuff going on, and it just, you know, it kind of makes you think, like, you only get, like, one chance to do things. You know, you only get one life, and, you know, I thought I was making, like, good, semi-conscious health. You know, I tried to lay off on pop, you know, salt intake and stuff like that. It just,
the Skyripper was making a whining noise now, and its wheels were spinning so fast he could no longer see them.
So
Renato had a thought. Please?
have that going on.
He asked.
the Sky Ripper began to glow. Boom! The outpost burst into flame.
Ravens flapped out screaming, wings on fire. The base was his. The far-speaker toad came hopping out.
Renato!
It croaked, sounding like a toad version of Zenobia.
Don't use the Sky Ripper! It will destroy the world!
Yeah, sure it will, cracked Renato. Pull the other one.
If you don't trust me, go see Calaveras. He'll tell you the same thing.
Oh, she would say that. That sounded sensible. Why did she always have to sound sensible all the time? Oh, it was infuriating.
Of course she would say that. He was supposed to hurry and bring the Sky Ripper to the Council so the rebels could actually win the war. But what if she was right? Damn it.
Zenobia was so frustrating. If she couldn't get you with magic, she'd get you with reason and caution and sensible arguments. Of course, Calaveras, he might not know the latest scientific theories with evidence and all, but Renato preferred the knowledge in the old books anyway. What they said felt true, and that's what's important. You should be careful, though. She'd probably guess he'd come here. That meant she'd probably set an ambush for him.
So yeah, massive foot pain that's, like, hard to do anything with.
Renato landed on the island,
And,
expecting Zenobia's ambush at any moment.
big old blood pressure
On the other
numbers,
hand,
so...
There did seem to be a lot of ravens around here.
Yeah,
Were they just lost patrols, stirring up trouble? Were they
What-
looking for him? If she was going to ambush him, would... Oh,
What's kind of crazy is, like, I was going to the gym, I was attempting to train, I was, you know, actually looking forward to going to the gym, you know, 2-3 days a week, like, getting things back in a groove to where, you know, I could exercise a lot more, and, then all of a sudden this foot thing happened, and I can barely, like, function. I mean, you can't do anything about it. I mean, I know there's people that their foot's, you know, amputated and blown off and stuff like that, but, like, I don't think that's what's happening here. It's just this massive pain. It's like, it's just like this huge pressure it kind of feels like. And it doesn't help whether my foot's elevated or if it's down. Like, it's just
Zenobia's ambush
very
never
uncomfortable.
materialized. Could she be sincere? Calaveras was a great scholar. Renato doubted even Zenobia could convince him to say something he didn't believe. And if he was working for the Empire,
So again, I
never told him
apologize.
to Skylet in the first place.
You know, things don't
He would listen to the
sound
wise
right.
old toad.
Hear me like kind of
That didn't mean he
screaming
had
as
to
I'm
agree.
moving. It's just I'm trying to get into a comfortable space. That way I can, you know, get my day going, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. I kind of don't even feel like playing video games. It's like how much I am not enjoying this whole day off thing. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible, but like we have things to do this weekend, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get around to do them, you know? Like, I don't know if I need a boot, I don't know if I need, like I looked at the bottom of it, everything seemed fine, like, it just hurts.
To his alarm, Renato realized that the rebels had no way of knowing he had a powerful new weapon. He might set off on their attack of the fleet before he could bring the Sky Ripper to the fight. He had to hurry, while there were still rebels to save.
Yeah, that's what I've,
Smashing things was fun.
one of the things I've been dealing with the last at least 24 hours. So, yeah. I mean, obviously streaming's not a difficult thing to do. It's just, like, I'm not comfortable.
Calaveras examined the
everything's
Sky
difficult
Ripper
right now.
eagerly. What? How often does a new relic surface? He brushed off Zenobia's warning. Oh, what do sorceresses know about physics? However, he did know a few ways to make the weapon even more precise and more powerful, and quickly went off to tinker. Soon the Sky Ripper no longer whined, but thrummed like a hummingbird taking off. It was ready for war.
And so, Renato thanked Calaveras and took the legendary weapon to the final battle. But where were the other rebel ships? Had something happened?
He could defeat the Imperial fleet with a Sky Ripper, but he couldn't govern. He was not cut out to be Emperor, and he'd no desire to be one.
And what's strange is, like, whenever I was at the doctor, she was asking me these questions, like, is it up in your leg? Is it, in your calf? Is it,
There were a few
your
rebel
heel?
ships here and there,
And,
but there was no
it wasn't yesterday,
organization
and
to the
now it
battle.
kind of is. So
Where was the Council flagship?
I don't know.
Something had gone
I don't know, man.
terribly wrong.
It's
But he had the
weird.
Sky Ripper.
I don't like
The
it.
Ravens had nowhere they could hide.
I don't know. I can usually deal with pain pretty well. Like, I'm not, just complaining to complain. Just sucks. So hard.
Right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense.
And this is like the perfect day to just sit at home and play video games because it is cold out there. It's like 19 degrees. And the sun both ways from here to Canada. And some other things I was going to do next week too that, like, required me to move, I guess you could say. There's an event for work that I've done the last couple of years. It's not Toys for Tots. It's called Playing Forward. My former boss helps out with the event and some local friends who actually who put the whole thing together. You basically just go and sort toys for 8 hours. You get donations in from from people
The Council
who...
speaker was on the deck, bleeding. Why was she even here? They found our base, she croaked. The Council, all dead. We must surrender. No, we could still win this, said Renato. I have the Sky Ripper. He would be a real hero and save the day, even when all appeared to be lost. You're a good boy, said the speaker. And then she died.
You can sort toys for 8 hours from people that would, donate their basically like gently used toys and stuff. I know that if I would have known about it, a few years ago, before I sold a bunch of mine, I would have taken it to this thing. It's a really good event. It benefits people that, they fall in hard times. Every kid deserves, just one gift for Christmas. And you go there and you help them organize and sort, bring in new donations. Because it's basically just a husband and wife who put the whole thing together. And they need volunteers to help, sort, bag, find what hat goes with what character, or what controls this remote control car. Like, there's all these things that you just don't think about. that's what they do when they're there. So I was supposed to do that on Wednesday. I might actually have to cancel it because I don't know if I can like stand.
He fired the Sky Ripper. With a tremendous whoosh, the Emperor's flagship went up in flames. And for good measure, he played the beam around it, setting all the other nearby Imperial ships on fire too. And he watched them burn.
See? He could use the Sky Ripper safely.
The few remaining rebels gave a cheer. And then they stopped cheering. There was a hole in the air. A blackness, like a tear in a parchment. Wind was blowing into it, widening it. It grew larger. Crates were falling off ship decks, upwards into the hole. And the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror as it poured into the ravenous hole. He guessed that somewhere behind that ever-widening hole were gods that had long been exiled. But it didn't really matter. Time was done for here, and soon it was.
Cool. Alright, so I am going to stop the stream here. I might start up another one. Thank you for watching. This is going to be on YouTube. I think this is video 11. We'll have to see whenever I get the export ready. So thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. Go ahead and give the channel a follow. You can subscribe to the YouTube. It'll help me out a lot. And if you like what you're seeing, or you have any suggestions of what I should play next, go ahead and leave some comments. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can find me. You know, communication is key. So, you know, thank you. And I will see you soon.